Which one is the intro?
The one that says intro.
Where?
This one.
What just happened?
I didn't touch nothing.
Did I touch something?
I don't know.
I'm setting up a stream, so I didn't touch nothing.
You didn't touch nothing?
We didn't touch nothing. Welcome.
Only Scooter and I dressed up for Halloween?
I'm dressing up for my stream.
I dressed up as a bum. I mean, I dress up just as that in general.
I kitted out for y'all. I'm wearing a Burlington Sock Puppets uniform. Like, I even got the socks. Look at that.
It does look clean.
I'm like 10 years old here. Look at me. See?
I mean,
you guys didn't even bother to dress up.
I mean, I could wear my Chipotle costume again. You want me to do that?
It's a Chipotle.
Absolutely.
Chipotle.
What is
Who are you, Scooter?
If you don't know who I am,
No. What is
Chat.
that supposed to?
do you know who I am, Chad?
do the
Yes or
Cowboys.
no? Leave a comment right
You know
now.
what they are.
It looks like the void of Jerry Jones's butthole.
All right, we're done. Welcome back to another episode of Clickbait Sports. We have a special Halloween edition Clickbait Sports prepared for you that we have worked all week to bring to you guys. Today, we are going to be looking at the spookiest team in the NFL. But first, what we need is a definition of the word spooky. What does that mean to you?
Spooky. Perhaps not saying that your team is going to go all in the offseason and then not doing the exact opposite of it. That's pretty spooky if I'm a fan of that team.
Okay.
That's very scary. The dictionary defines spooky as sinister or ghostly in a way that causes fear and unease.
So, yeah, the Cowboys, the Jets, the Bengals defense right now. I think those all kind of play a
This is
factor.
your personal definition of spooky.
Injury list in the NFC West.
So, like, spooky for some people could mean scary. Like, they're doing so well. They're spooky. They're undefeated. They're the Chiefs, 7-0. Somehow they're winning games still. Commanders, Hail Mary. Very spooky the way that they keep winning games.
Should we silo each definition of spooky and then put teams in that category? Because if you're going to say spooky as in like scary, the Eagles are starting to get scary.
Okay.
Like they're figuring out the middle of the field. They're figuring out throwing the deep ball, and it's and also I would say another team, and this what is also scary to you and I, Scooter, is the Commanders are starting to get spooky because Jaden Daniels looks legit and they're winning games on fluke crap, and that's the kind of stuff that you cannot defeat through smart play. Like they could end up making a playoff run, and that to me will cause me to vomit. Because we have beaten on them for years.
Let's start with that definition of spooky. If we're talking about the scariest teams in the league right now, first of all, the Eagles are not a part of that. The Eagles are not scary. The only thing scary about the Eagles team is their head coach, Nick Sirianni. That's what's spooky because that is going to be their downfall. We talk about the long ball. A.J. Brown has always been good with the long ball. He was just injured for a couple of games. They've always done this. Devontae Smith, he has always been a deep threat. This is what the Eagles do. And they also lose games when it matters. That's just who the Eagles are. For some reason, though, I'm going to say the Chiefs are the scariest team in the league. They're being propelled by the Taylor Swift phenomenon, year 2. And they're undefeated still, even though they should have and could have easily lost half of their games. So I'm going Chiefs.
Tree got a 200.
Oh, no.
He jinxing the Yankees. He might have to wear a Yankees jersey.
I gotta bring out the deep. No, you sure doesn't look like 5 to see me like that terrible 5th inning.
You're done.
But thank you though, KCS. But still, no, that's spooky. Honestly, you want something that's even spookier than that?
Think of some of the legends of championships past. What did they have in common? They were the underdog. Proudly sponsoring the stream. Be the hero of your game by mastering pickup. Put your ball knowledge to the test. Choose the stat of your desire, higher or lower. The opportunities are endless. With daily promos and free picks, you can be the master of your own domain. Just use promo code CLICKBAIT in the link below. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash on your first deposit and a special pick in the lobby. Everybody loves Underdog and clickbait, right? Always play responsibly.
What happened with your camera, Scooter?
Yeah, he's really,
Scooter, I think you should keep it like that. 100%.
yeah. It's a fly's eye view of Scooter's camera right here.
This is a hidden ninjutsu that you guys are unaware of right now that I've enabled. Hold on, I'm gonna get it right.
Oh,
Very much
right.
so.
No signal.
No signal, El Gato.
That sounds
El
like the Dallas Cowboys.
No signal. Oh, there it is.
I think if we're turning spooky, I'm gonna go the anti-Chiefs, and right now I'm gonna go with the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers, ownership not good, team abysmal. Bryce Young probably not gonna be on the Panthers much longer. They just traded away Deontay Johnson. Collusion, I think so. Maybe going to the Ravens.
I don't say collusion. I think they're just very poor assessors of talent. I know they said Dante Jackson was going to get cut anyway, but he's turned into a decent starting corner for the Steelers. And to trade Deontay Johnson, they move up 5 to 15 spots in the later rounds of the draft. Like, what are you doing?
It's not good. It's bad.
I have a question. Where would Bryce Young be drafted in next year's draft if he suddenly just became a free agent? Where would he be drafted? Would he be drafted?
Assuming he already played in the NFL, like, so we've seen what he has done.
Right. Given everything that he's done to this point, if they were like, you can be redrafted, where would Bryce Young be
highest
drafted?
Is 4th, I think. Highest. But you're looking at like 5th or 6th. Because there's potential to, like, you could take him out of that environment and maybe he can excel somewhere else. But
he always struck me as having the highest floor. It was like a starting ready. That was the main draw with the Bryce Young. CJ Stroud always had that sort of risk-reward factor, and Anthony Richardson and Will Levis were mammoth projects. Like, they always were.
Who got the hundo?
That was not me. You should have given your Sheringham to Dak. Maybe then he will be good. Probably not me.
Unfortunately, that was me.
Oh, thank God.
No.
Hey, you know
Scooter might get punished.
As we look at the spookiest teams in the league, I would like each of us to go around and say something spooky about our team. What is the spookiest thing about your team in its current form right now?
I mean, Scooter, I think you should start first. I mean, you know all about spookiness.
Well, the number one most spooky thing for the Dallas Cowboys is the fact that Jerry Jones is still running the show. It is very spooky that this man has our emotions, our future in the palm of his hands, and he is dangling it in this all-in season.
Yes.
I think the other spooky thing, though, about this Cowboys team is how close we are to coming back every week. Literally every week, it seems like we get down big and we claw our way back and we lose. And for whatever reason, the exact opposite thing is happening to the Commanders and the Eagles. But right now, I don't think we're going to make any moves. You look at how our cap situation is set up. We are actually set up to go all in next season.
People are asking.
I think ownership, very spooky right now. The lack of moves. Look at all the teams who traded for quarterbacks.
Oh,
Or look at all the teams
Canadian
for
300.
wide receivers, and for some reason the Cowboys
Well
are
over
still
200.
flat. So for me, I'm going management. Very spooky.
So my question to you: do you think this changes when Stephen Jones takes over the reins from Jerry?
I don't know if it changes at all, really. It could even change for the negative, for the worse, if you look at some of the things Stephen Jones has been trying to do in the past. So I have no idea, but I am not eager. I am not eager to get there.
Who got that?
That's me.
Bro, what is going on Halloween right now?
It's all spooky. It's terrible. I gotta bring out the Jeebus again.
We got a competition here.
Stop, Ethan. Thank you, but no. Crap.
5, what is the spookiest thing about your team?
It would be this.
Giants offensive staff has talked about now they're going to go for 2. 61 is eligible. Here is a throw to Neighbors and Highsmith.
I can't get over that play. It is so amazing. Oh
All
my
right, now
God.
my question to you guys is this.
Ow.
Which play was worse? Was it that play you just saw? Or was it the play that ended the Cowboys season with Zeke at center? Which play was worse?
The thing was that the Giants play was a better play design than the Ezekiel at center. It could have worked if Devin Singletary wasn't talking to the ref when Daniel Jones had the ball snap. The Dallas
You really
play
think
design
Devin
was
Singletary's blocking on Highsmith, though? There were at least 4 other guys that
he
would
would
have.
he could have been a pebble in his way and he would have at least tripped him up. I'm just saying the play could have worked if they were actually paying attention. This is funny, by the way. The Cowboys play was never going to work. It was.
Well, I don't know if that's true. We don't actually even know what the Cowboys play was supposed to be. It never got a chance to develop. So I don't know if we can say it would or would not have worked. We have no idea what was happening.
It was just a last-minute play. It was a desperation. They were just going to lateral around left and right and see if there was an opening. There wasn't
Zeke
really
at
a play
center,
set.
Why was Zeke at center? Something
Well,
was
because
wrong.
they were going to lateral it, and then they realized, oh crap, he's actually a live blocker, so you can just pancake him. That's why they did it.
It was excellent read by the deep. Who was that? Fred Warner that hit him in the face. That was.
I think
funny.
it was. That was
Oh,
Greenlaw.
come on. Sorry.
Clip it.
Hey Jacob. Hey, thank you, buddy. Please.
Thank you, Jacob. I appreciate it. I dressed up as a sock puppet for this, so thank you.
I like it.
Tom, what's the
Yes.
scariest thing about the?
Cole said it right now. Xavier McKinney, baby, NFC Defensive Player of the Month. Oh, 6 interceptions so far this season. Also, a fumble recovery. Come on now. Xavier McKinney is revolutionizing that backfield like I knew he would, and I could not be happier that he is on my team.
Did you pay him? What
Athlete.
did you pay him? What was the
Pay
contract?
him a good amount, Mike. A good amount. Come on.
I'm just saying the Giants were like, you know what? We can't afford.
4 years, 67 mil.
I mean, that's not.
You paid $40 million to Daniel Jones. That's all that matters. Tom, congratulations.
Uh-oh.
Thank you, Terry.
Wow.
What is going on? I'm just happy.
Maybe this is a laundering campaign. Maybe it's just because they need to free up some money, and donating would probably, or giving would probably write off an X amount, and that might be
Tom.
That's the only thing I can think of. I mean,
Tom,
why would anyone
what?
This is weird.
What
you.
Halloween candy do you hate
Oh
the most?
crap!
Oh my!
No, Ethan, what are you doing, man?
This
No.
5, almost all of them, because I can't eat like all of them. So, you know.
By the way, you're wrong about everything. Jeremy Stevens was the reason why they lost Super Bowl 40, not the refs. 2000 Ravens defense was good, but I mean, dude, that 08-09 defense, Troy Polamalu, oh man, dude.
This is wild right now.
This is
What?
we got ourselves a competition, boys.
This is Friday.
So don't leave Scooter out.
Here.
Yeah, no.
Don't leave Scooter out.
Leave me out. This is unnecessary.
now I just look like I'm derping. What is going on?
Way better vision. Wait, Brian Branch is playing excellent right now. He is playing really damn good football. Way better. I don't know about way better.
This is as weird as my choppy camera, and I have no idea what's going on here.
Welcome to my life.
Hold on.
Look maybe at this. Silk. Maybe. I think, yeah, I do want to talk about that. Talking about spookiness too. We'll get to every other team, but Anthony Richardson too. I'm curious to see what your folks' take is about him being benched.
Well, we can just jump into that right now. Let's go into that. Let's look at some spooky things that are happening.
True.
Some spooky things that are happening league wide. How about we transition to doing that?
I think spooky, and this is a little more serious, is every time Tua takes the field. That is frightening. So I get that he's out there. I'm not his doctor. I'm not Tua Tagovailoa, but I am legitimately scared every time he gets onto the field. I just don't
understand why he's not using the Guardian helmet, even if it's like a 1% increase or decrease in hits to the head. I don't know why you wouldn't use something. I know we said it was a personal choice, but I don't know. It's just kind of odd to me. It's hard.
You could wear the whatever. I don't know if he feels like the 1% risk or improvement is any better.
I don't think 1% though. I think it's like substantially higher than 1%. I was just using that as devil's advocate.
Got a hundo.
Oh, Lemke's handing out hundo.
That one wasn't me.
That is me. Crap.
Yeah.
No, Jacob. No. This is as bad as my choppy camera. I know what's going on. I was fine earlier, like literally. We streamed Tuesday. I'm fine. I reset my computer, and now it's turning into this shit. Like I'm at like 3 frames per second. I'm like on a 56K connection. I don't know what's going on right now.
Welcome to my life.
The hundos today are like full-size candy bars. Remember when you were a kid and you knew the house that had the full-size candy bars? That was you would put on a different costume and come back to that house. I was a Halloween extraordinaire. I abused that stuff.
Gotcha. I just want to go back real quick. If we're talking about what's happening league-wide, that's very scary and very weird and odd. Do you guys not think it's weird that all of these other quarterbacks are getting help? Like literally every single other quarterback who has seemed to be struggling that has a playoff team has gotten a receiver. Like the Jets struggling big time. Go out and get Devontae Adams. The Bills, not even really struggling that much. They did have the 3rd highest drop rate of all the receivers, but they go out and get Amari Cooper. What are the Cowboys doing?
Have fun, buddy.
Come on!
That looks so creepy. What is going on with my freaking fracking camera?
Hey, freaking fracking alert. Yeah. Oh, good. Why? Why?
No one?
Oh, also DeAndre Hopkins, went to the Chiefs. That's he hasn't been DeAndre Hopkins for about a couple of years, but it's everyone's getting weapons, but there's teams that are still in it that haven't gotten weapons. The Commanders are standing pat. The Eagles standing pat. I don't know if you always need
now. There's still a lot to go.
Their move
Jacob
early with Jahan Dotson though. That was their help.
And how is that?
Well, he wasn't really there. It was more of a depth option.
I'm just saying that every team seems like they're making moves to improve, except the Cowboys.
That is legit. The Cowboys they're just like, we're going to stand pat and 3 and 4 is good enough. That's all we're going to do. I want me some glory hole.
Okay.
We got to think of a good punishment for Tom because that's what Tom is getting. And Tree should have to make that face for an hour and a half.
That looks better, Tree.
All right, now we're good.
There you go.
I'm just using my laptop webcam today because, as I said, that one is screwing up. I don't know what's going on there. I'm sorry, boys.
You're probably downloading.
Always scary.
No, I'm not downloading. I just reset my computer.
I think whatever large file you're downloading from 7chan just completed, and now you have regular internet.
No, it's not 7chan, dude. It's called Xvids.
Oh,
just saying, buddy. But I mean, if I want to talk about spooky stuff, we got to talk about the BS of Steeler football. Let me regale you about a tale of every good luck situation that happens comes out for the Black and Gold Brigade. The terrible 2-point conversion.
I know.
You know it, man. Steeler football. The New York Jets. All that stuff that happened there. Steeler football. The early part of the schedule. All those flags in the Raiders game. Steeler football. Russell Wilson looking like he's not bad. He actually looks like a decent low-end starter for us. He's able to hurl the deep ball. A lot of go-routes to George Pickens. Van Jefferson even caught a ball. That's Steeler football. Now, if Broderick Jones turns off the penalties, magically becomes a quality left tackle, I think that's the bullshit of Steeler football. But I will say that's just the way things roll. That's my spookiness. And if we're talking bad spooky, New York Jets. New York Jets. Oh, dude, it's so bad. Here's my question to all of you. What buddy of Aaron Rodgers do you think they need for them to truly get over the top? Because I know they've already brought in Jordy Nelson.
They
should bring in him.
They need Mike McCarthy back, honestly, at this point. Just go ahead, go back, reunite with
Don't give them ideas. They might get him next year.
Give us something else.
They need him.
Give us Ben Johnson, right? Give us someone with some creativity who's not calling hitch plays on every
Giants Panthers
play.
Tank Bowl. But I mean, 5. Tom, who do you think?
Hold on. I might be saved. We might be okay. Hold on. No, I would actually never do that. I would veto that. I'd never wear it during a Packers game.
That is not me.
Someone got a 300. Who got a 300?
Oh, French silk pie.
Not me. Thank you.
Is that you, 5?
You didn't answer that was not me.
That's not me. Scooter, that's you.
Scooter.
What was my question? What was your question?
No! What was the question?
Yes.
What was your question?
Yeah.
Yeah, your question is shut up and take my money.
We got
I'll take
a good one.
Getting Greg Jennings. Tom or me. It could be one of us.
That conversation. The Will Levis one. I don't know if he's more successful. I mean, he's more successful than I think he is in Tennessee right now. I think so. But again, like looking at that Colts organization and how things are going with Anthony Richardson, I don't know, because he's not being developed very well. So
he's not. I mean, I think the main thing is just like he was extremely raw to begin with, and
correct.
He lacks a lot of football sense. I mean, how do you not go out of bounds on a 2-minute drill when you have no timeouts? That pretty much killed their game. I mean, this guy is the future of the Indianapolis Colts. I don't care what you think. I have been pounding the table for this man repeatedly. He's the reason why they beat the Steelers. But otherwise, like Anthony Richardson, he has like 2 or 3 good plays a game. And unfortunately, it just, I mean, he needs to sit on the bench and develop. I mean, he's nowhere near ready. I mean, he should have never been picked top 5 to begin with because of just how raw he was. He struck me as more like a 2nd, 3rd round project QB. And the problem is, like, could he develop? Possibly. But the problem is, like,
this man in college. Okay, so Anthony Richardson went to Florida, go Gators.
Yeah.
What Tree is saying is accurate in some regards. He was a project going into the draft, and teams knew this. But they also looked at his elite athleticism and said, you know what, we can take a chance on this. We can take a chance on Anthony Richardson. The point is, though, he should have always been sitting down this far.
What are you doing?
And not only that, did you guys all see that report that just came out where it said NFL executives are now advising quarterbacks to stay in the league for at least 2 seasons of them starting? So it seems like a lot of the stuff is coming back full circle, and we're seeing a lot of quarterbacks fail early because they haven't been given that opportunity to sit behind. Look at Brady. Look at arguably the best quarterback to play the game. How did he do it? It's not like he came out rookie year and was balling. No, he sat down behind another great quarterback in Bledsoe and learned the game. So I think we're going to continue to see a lot of quarterbacks fail, a lot of rookie quarterbacks fail, as long as we're putting them on the field day one.
Well, the thing too is a lot of rookie quarterbacks have high fail rates. That's just how always the position has been. It's a combination of it's not just development, honestly. Some teams could be development. You can make the argument for Sam Darnold. I feel like the Jets ruined that guy. Mac Jones, I would say with him. But it's also a scouting and assessment problem. I know there are guys, for example, Mitch Trubisky. He was looked at as a late first, early second round pick a few weeks before the draft. And then inexplicably, he jumped up to potential number 1, and then he gets drafted 2. And it's obvious that he should have never been picked that high. The pick was obviously Deshaun Watson. Happy endings aside. The main thing there, it's you get they start buying into their own hype. It kind of led Trey Lance and Zach Wilson. Josh Allen is the rare exception here. Anthony Richardson and Will Levis were 2 other guys. Okay.
Patrick Mahomes wasn't. What is he? The 15th overall pick?
Well, he was a high risk, high reward pick. That was always the turnoff on him. That's why he was the 3rd QB drafted. And I think of it this way: if he went to another organization, say he goes to Chicago, I don't think he turns out that well. I think he needed the right system to thrive.
Well, yes,
but
he got
I feel like that's with so many other quarterbacks as well. It's not even development; it's also play calling as well. Look at some of the play calls the Colts were calling for Anthony Richardson. He gets hurt. He gets banged up one play. Literally, the next play they call a QB power run, and he gets hurt on that play. So it's just it is development, but it's a culmination of a lot of things.
My question is, I don't know why they call the QB power on that next play either, because that was the Steeler game, and I'm like, wait, he injured his hip. Why are you running? And it was obvious he was nowhere near ready, and he was out for a couple of weeks. And that's the thing with Richardson too. I don't know if you even live up to your potential if with this style of play, it's unsustainable.
It is unsustainable, but I also think that's why he needs to sit for a little bit. Get some coaching. Joe Flacco is a great person to sit behind and go from there.
Yes, sir. But I mean, once again, I have to say wholeheartedly, this man is the future. He is going to lead.
All right, I have a question. Who is the scariest defensive player in the league right now?
TJ Watt.
Single player. Damn it.
TJ Watt.
Stop saying stuff like that. Who's the scariest? Tom said as Xavier McKinney.
That's right.
Tree's saying TJ Watt.
TJ Watt is a human cheat code. Literally, I mean, look at the Giants game. It's Giants are scoring. Nope. He just puts on the player control mode, just strips them. Boom. That's at least 2 or 3 times a game. I'm not joking. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, buddy.
I like that.
I'm up here, but I'm down here.
I like that one. Maybe on his forehead, the temporary Vikings tattoo, right here while he's streaming. I think that's good. I think that's good.
I think Tom should have to recreate all the Will Levis memes. That would also be funny. That would be entertaining.
What the fuck?
Surrender Cobra.
Don't laugh at that. Don't laugh at that. That wasn't that funny.
Cowboys are butthole mad.
Hey, it is funny because the Cowboys are.
Are the Cowboys garbage or are we injured?
It's true.
You're a little both.
Because
honestly,
think about it. If the Steelers don't have TJ Watt, how many games are you winning? Just TJ Watt.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's not just that. I mean, with the Cowboys, you have significant flaws throughout that roster. Your run defense has been abhorrent. You have no wide receiver, too. Your running game is terrible. You have no legit bell cow running back. Dak Prescott has his flaws. He can't carry a team. It's pretty much him and CeeDee Lamb.
Hold on. You're speaking egregiously now. You were spot on, but then you veered into the egregious section. This is not on Dak. Everything that's happening.
I'm not saying it's on Dak. I'm saying it's that he is a good quarterback, but he's not a guy that's going to elevate to elite status.
It's pretty clear that no quarterback can do that.
Did you not just see what happened last season? He was second in MVP voting. What are we talking about? Elite status? He was second in MVP voting.
I don't know if I misheard this, but I think Tree is trying to say that Dak just can't do it all by himself.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much. It's that, and I mean, it's just him and CeeDee Lamb. Those are the only 2 weapons you can rely on that offense.
And that would be okay if the play calling were better. It's not even just the fact that it's just Dak and CD. It's the fact that Mike McCarthy is calling uninspired football plays that allow Dak to throw these interceptions. He's having to fit the ball into such narrow spaces. The play calling is terrible. He needs to get better with that.
The one thing about the Cowboys is everything that everyone has said was going to be an issue is a flaming hot issue. Like you're just like Tree just ran them down. You don't have a running back. You only have one wide receiver. There's, Dak can't do it all. And your coach, it's still Mike McCarthy. It's still Mike McCarthy. I honestly believe that this is just his last year because they're not.
If we don't win the
they're
NFC
not looking
East
like a
Championship,
playoff team.
This will be his last year. But speaking to what you all everyone said about the Cowboys, all of this is just heightened by the injuries. I personally think if Micah Parsons is back, DeMarcus Lawrence is back, Deron Bland is back, the defense is not looking anywhere near to how it's been looking with those three guys right there playing.
Well, you're getting Deron Bland back this week, I think. So you should.
Well, yeah, he was maybe for the last game, but with those three guys back, all those issues that you guys listed, a lot of them will start coming down. And I think as you see the return of a lot of our players from injury, you will also see the defense excel, which better defense helps out the offense. More
Do
opportunities.
you still think Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl?
Currently, absolutely not. Absolutely. And this current
What?
We need a come to Jesus moment like we had last season after the 49ers game. We haven't had that yet. I thought we would come out of this bye week being refreshed, being recharged, and put a smack down on the 49ers, and halftime it was looking good. But this third quarter, we have been outscored, I think, the most out of any team. Third quarters are terrible for us, and that's when they just took it away. They built their lead, and we couldn't claw back like we've been trying to do.
But that's not true, though. That's not true, because in the fourth quarter, you got the ball back, and you were down like by one score, and you threw it 4 times in a row. And you were chucking it deep downfield. That's where I agree about the play calling was absolutely atrocious. They don't have any options. And again, every single defense is like, okay, we have to defend CeeDee Lamb and the pass. That's it. There is no threat with the run game whatsoever. And again, the Cowboys, they have these opportunities, but what we talked about heading into this season was they didn't do anything in the offseason to make them better. So at the bare minimum, they were going to be where they were last year, getting blown out by the Packers at home. And that's going to be an issue. And now since then, they keep on getting blown out at home. So I think it's a combination of bad coaching, the lack of players, injuries does play a role. The defense has fallen off a cliff. You have no run game whatsoever. And it's all these things compounding. And it's the NFL, right? So you are going to have teams that are going to come in and just okay, we just have to worry about CeeDee Lamb and Dak. Cool. Then we're going to rock and roll. And the defense is no longer a threat.
With all that being said, though, with how bad the Cowboys have been playing, we're still only 2 games back of first place. Yeah, the sky is falling. It's gloom and doom. It could be all that. We're still 2 games back. And guess what? We haven't even played the Eagles. We haven't even played the Commanders. So technically, we still control our own destiny in this whole situation.
Scooter, I would advise you not to think that way as a Giants fan.
I wouldn't think that way.
We're only 2 games back. Okay. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Giants are only 4 games back.
Maybe for the Giants.
That's the thing. When before kickoff, you're like, oh, if we win today, and then we beat the Panthers in Germany, and then we do this, and then
Scooter, no
reality
bias.
is
Sorry,
terrible. No, go ahead.
No bias. Do you actually think this Cowboys team is going to make the postseason?
I do, and the reason is because we're getting our players back. If it were like this for the remainder of the year, we don't have any Micah Parsons rushing, we don't have Deron Bland, we don't have DeMarcus Lawrence. No, I would say we would miss the playoffs. But because we are getting these guys back, I do think we will make the playoffs. I don't think any team in the NFC looks unbeatable. And I don't think we're too far back from wild card contention right now. And again, we are 2 games off of first place.
The Lions look very good. The Lions look
they
very. They are spooky.
Cowboys.
They are quite spooky. The
The
Lions,
Lions
they
literally
are
embarrassed the Cowboys at home. Like that was
They
embarrassing.
did. We didn't
embarrassed.
have our best players still, though. It's like the Steelers without TJ Watt is the Cowboys without Micah Parsons.
That's
It's
100%
Nowhere
accurate.
near it.
That is
Nowhere.
different team.
completely no shot, dude.
That is-
No
It's a
way.
completely different
What
team.
about
TJ
your
Watt
offense,
has
dudes?
more
Like, what
talent and
about the
game-changing
offense?
ability in his pinky than Mike in his
shot,
entire
dude.
body.
Hold on,
Mike is a
hold on.
great player, but
We
TJ
are
Watt's
not-
probably the best defensive player in the NFL right now.
We are not going
He
to
wins the Steelers
diminish
5 games a year.
what
Mike.
Micah Parsons does versus TJ Watt. As if
TJ Watt
there's
is a
this
significantly better player
huge-
than Micah
TJ
Parsons. I
Watt,
like Micah
he
Parsons.
wins. Like, look at TJ Watt's
Absolutely
highlights.
not. There
Look
is
at what
no-
he
they're in
does.
the
and how he
same-
changes
shot, my
games
dude.
single-handedly.
They're in the
He's the
same-
reason why the Steelers don't have to blitz all that much. They just rush 4.
He's in the same tier as TJ Watt. TJ Watt is 1A, Micah Parsons 1B.
No,
And you can flip flop them any week.
No, they,
I mean,
they don't
no,
even
no.
really
He's-
play the
he's not
same
a-
position.
They do.
So
Dude, he's
I-
not even top
How?
5. I like Micah Parsons, but like I would
I like
say
Micah Parsons. a
Not
lot. He's
I would
very
take I would take Watt. I would
five?
take Miles Garrett, Nick Bosa. I would probably take Aiden
my
Hutchinson,
gosh.
and I'd probably take.
You could do
I,
that.
I'm
could do
trying
all
to
of
think
that.
who else I would take, because there's probably.
I'm not
another
trying to
elite
like
edge rusher I'm
downplay
thinking
Micah
about.
Parsons.
Max Crosby. I'd
It
probably take
seems
those
like
5
we're
over
under-
Micah Parsons, and that's not against Micah Parsons. He's a great player.
It's okay if you haven't watched
Mm.
Cowboys games and you do not understand the impact that Micah Parsons brings to a Cowboys team.
You played against my team, and Micah Parsons did absolutely nothing in that game.
Sure, and it's easy to do that when you key in on any player. When you run directly at Micah Parsons, it's hard for Micah Parsons to get sacked when you're running directly at him. You can
But it's
game
not-
plan.
We're not looking at just sacks, Scoots. Like sacks are nice, like that's the fancy number, right? But you're looking at QB pressures. You're also looking at tackles. You're looking at just like how
You're looking
you're going to have
at-
to double him up. And again, I don't think anyone here is saying Micah Parsons is a bad player. I think he's
Exactly.
a great player who's going to get paid a
Fantastic player.
crap ton of money by whatever team is going to pay him, right? Whether it's the Cowboys or not. But when it comes to TJ Watt, like I think that he legitimately, like there is an argument. Him and Myles Garrett always go back and forth in the AFC North, but like they are like the 2 best players like on defense right now. And like Crosby's like hanging around there. I would put Parsons in top 5, 1,000,000%. But I
As I
think
said,
it
I put
just in terms
Bosa
of
and
TJ
Hutchinson
Watt,
over him.
It's
but-
a
can you, I'll
Cool.
ask, does Micah Parsons have,
crazy.
what are those like signature game clinching or game disrupting plays for Micah Parsons? How many
problem
can you
is-
reel off for me?
The problem is he's been injured this season, so it's easy for you
Okay.
guys to come out and say all of this because
I'm not
This
saying
season.
it's
that.
not-
Let's talk about this season.
Dude, we're saying he's a great player. We're just saying he's not at the level of TJ Watt, and that's okay.
Let me tweet it. It's going to a tweet.
okay.
All right, here we go.
Here, Scoots, we don't need to tweet it. We literally could just look at stats. We literally could just look at numbers. There you go.
Numbers don't tell the whole story.
Okay, so
That
then
is
what
true.
can you use to
I
support
agree.
your argument then?
Who is the better player?
Hardcore. I mean, look at those numbers. I mean,
TJ
even
Watt
my
has
averages,
7 interceptions. TJ
Yes.
Watt has 7 interceptions.
Yes.
Like, and again,
7 picks.
As a-
And I mean, on
very fair
averages,
here.
you're looking at 80 sacks to 100.
TJ Watt has played significantly more games than Micah Parsons, right? Like let's get that out of the way.
Yes.
But these numbers, my dude, like they're more than double.
Yeah. I mean, not even that. Like, as I said, if you
31
put Micah
forced
Parsons with the
fumbles.
numbers, he has no
Oh, he's
interceptions.
His games are more than double. What are we talking about? Like,
Not even that. We're talking about sacks, interceptions, overall
you're
disruption of
saying his
play,
numbers are double, but he's
forced
playing
fumbles
seven
significantly
times
higher, fumble
game.
recoveries significantly higher. Like, in terms of impact, TJ Watt is the better player.
If you double this is still lower than this. If you double this is still lower than this.
Exactly.
If you
I mean, that's
double
close.
this is still lower than this.
Oh,
If you
much
double
lower.
this, like that's what I'm talking about.
That's
And
not
again,
bad.
I'm not saying Micah Parsons bad. I'm saying the level of player that TJ Watt is literally makes that Steelers defense. My argument is if you put
Exactly.
Micah Parsons back on the Cowboys, he ain't going to fix their crappy offense. Right? Like that's what I mean. I don't think they're going to be in significantly more games
See, that's
because
the
Micah
thing.
Parsons is
I
back.
disagree with that statement because if you look at when Micah Parsons was playing, the defense got more turnovers,
Mhm.
which put the offense in a better position. It's like everything is connected. It's not just Micah Parsons plays defense. Micah Parsons does play defense, but that leads to better offense. and vice versa. Better offense leading to better defense.
But you don't have a run game, bud. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you had, like, those offensive issues are still going to be there. I completely understand having a threat like Micah Parsons to make your secondary look better, right? Maybe you're going to get more sacks, maybe even get some more turnovers. But the Cowboys were gifted the game by the 49ers, and they threw it 4 times in a row. They turned the ball over on downs, and that was it. And they have not looked the same since that wild card game against the Packers.
Which is why I've been saying that it's a culmination of problems. It's an amalgamation of problems. It's not just the offense, the defense, this, that. No, it's Mike McCarthy's play calling. It's CeeDee Lamb's the only threat that we have. We have the lowest yardage run per game, lowest yardage runs. Right?
Yes.
We're starting
hard watching
at left tackle. We're starting our good offensive players. Our Hall of Fame players are giving up plays that they normally wouldn't give up. So it's like, it's not just Micah Parsons. I'm not saying it's just Micah Parsons. I'm saying it's Micah Parsons plus DeMarcus Lawrence plus Deron Bland plus the fact that we're not making any moves to help Dak.
Okay, wait.
Everything.
So do you guys get those players back this weekend?
Deron Bland, I think.
Okay.
So
what happened? Is your season over if you lose to the Falcons?
It's not over, but it's close. It's not over, but it's close. We have to win this game.
This is a very losable game for the Cowboys. I want to make that clear. The Falcons look good, and the defense is sus. But if it's a boat race, I think the Falcons win it. They can outrun the Cowboys.
The only issue I have with the Falcons is they lack a pass rush badly.
They do,
Matthew Judon's been a huge disappointment, and that would have been wise if you actually drafted one in the first round over Penix. I get what you're trying to do, but it's a big mistake. But I didn't want to say otherwise, but that's your main advantage. So Dak should be relatively comfortable in the pocket, barring a massive free fall from the Cowboys O-line.
My concern is because I was looking at the other NFC teams. Like right now, there's like 6 teams that go, yeah, I could see them making the postseason. Then it's kind of up for grabs here. Like this is just not an easy schedule. Like the Falcons, I think, is a winnable game.
The Commanders have, I think, the second easiest remaining schedule.
But that hurts you.
I understand.
That's what I'm talking about. Just playoff standings. Like the Eagles is going to be a tough game. Like currently, how the Cowboys currently are, like that's going to be a tough game. Texans, that could be.
The Eagles are getting better. Yeah.
Commanders, we'll see how that. You should be able to beat the Giants. Exactly. Bengals, they're probably done by that point. Panthers, yes. Buccaneers, they're injured, but maybe they get Mike Evans back. Like that'll go either way. And then these last 2 games,
when you're looking, you can pull that back up. When you're looking at that schedule, there are no unwinnable games. It's not like we are going to lose any of these games. It's not like you mark in an L for any of these games. All of these games are winnable.
Well, every game is winnable. I mean, the Browns beat the Ravens last week.
And I'm saying, when you look at our remaining schedule, there's no team that I look at and say, you know what, we're going to lose this one. This one's, I look at it and maybe it might be close. It's going to be a good game. But if we play how we can play and not how we've been playing, I think we'll be fine. I think we will make the playoffs. And if not, we'll get a good draft pick. We'll get the running back out of Boise State, and we'll just run it back just like that.
All right, you all want to preview this Thursday night sleeper tonight?
I mean, hey, it's going to be a spooky game, a ghoulish game. I mean, the horrors of the turf monster at MetLife, I mean, dude, their probably hands are going to be gripping ACLs and knees and ankles from there. It's going to be one of the games of our time. And if you actually look at the Houston Texans, their 6-2 record's really deceiving because they've been trying to hand games to pretty much everyone.
That is correct.
Like, it's not like
players, but
well, they're missing a couple players. I mean, but like the passing offense has not been anywhere near ideal. They have lost Nico Collins. They did lose Stephon Diggs. He's out for the year. That might be his career, but like in Chicago, Jacksonville, Buffalo, and the Colts, like they were trying to hand them those games. I mean, even Indy, they were trying to hand them those games in week 1. So, I mean, they haven't had a really good win except against the Patriots, and they're a bottom feeder. So I think this is going to be a really close game. I think that the Texans win by like 2. I mean, but I would say otherwise. I mean, the only thing I can say is got to root for the underdog.
Think of some of the legends of championships past. What did they have in common? They were the underdog. Proudly sponsoring the stream. Be the hero of your game by mastering pickup. Put your ball knowledge to the test. Choose the stat of your desire, higher or lower. The opportunities are endless. With daily promos and free picks, you can be the master of your own domain. Just use promo code CLICKBAIT in the link below. Get up to $1,000 in bonus cash on your first deposit and a special pick in the lobby. Everybody loves Underdog and clickbait, right? Always play responsibly.
Gotta do clickbait. But I did want to say one thing real quick. If you go on SeatGeek, use code TREE, save $20 off your first purchase, and you can get those tickets for $5.
So yeah, these I just wanted to show these because like people were talking about it online earlier, just like 25. You don't see $25 tickets for MetLife. I mean, MetLife is a very, very expensive stadium to go see a football game.
And those are good seats.
Yeah, this one's 25. Let's see. If we want to go, these are going to be expensive, but $220 second row.
That's
bro,
low.
at MetLife.
Yeah.
Is this what they
You guys want to take a road trip to MetLife real quick? Want to teleport there?
No, I don't. I want to stream that happily from my house.
Okay. Well,
Sit in parking lot for.
I mean, you could actually not do the parking lot. You could actually go to the stadium, do a stream there. I mean, the Wi-Fi, you could probably do a mobile hotspot.
So
and then just do fitting for the kitty while you do it. Boop, boop, boop.
My question is this a must-win game for the Jets, or are the Jets already done?
Yeah.
They're
The
done
Jets
already.
are finished. I think the saddest part about the Jets is even if Aaron Rodgers plays like however 2024 Aaron Rodgers plays like his best, they can still lose. Like no matter how good he plays, it doesn't matter. The other thing though, but I like the Jets because apparently Aaron Rodgers has discovered cayenne pepper and water. This was a report today. Yes, as the fountain of youth. And now he is just inhaling this stuff apparently, and he's amped up on cayenne pepper and water. So Texans by 4 touchdowns.
I mean, to be fair, that might help with his metabolism with the capsaicin and the cayenne pepper. But that's I don't know if they really call it the fountain of youth.
Yeah, Father Time is undefeated, and the Jets are quite defeated tonight. I think that the Texans put together a game.
Their schedule is not terrible. Like the Jets, like they could, but it's things that, dude, like when they lost against the Patriots, it was like, oh no, like there are things fundamentally wrong with this team.
Their defense is terrible.
It's
like, I mean, I'm very disappointed with that defense. I was expecting them to be really good this year. They don't even have a running game. Breece Hall's been neutered.
Why did Hassan Reddick wait this long just to sign his contract?
It didn't work out.
He was waiting for a multi-year deal.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Yeah.
There's no one.
And then they realized there was no market. It's like, okay, fine, I'll take the 1-year deal and minimize the fines.
Yeah,
I think the Packers are gleefully watching this whole situation. Just like that was my ex-girlfriend who was once hot. She's now not even hot anymore, and she's out ruining somebody else's life. That's the metaphor for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. They're like, yeah, we had good times, but now she's making some other guy's life miserable. And that's Aaron Rodgers. He's handpicking players. Go ahead.
What will Aaron Rodgers' legacy be?
4-time MVP, 1-time Super Bowl winner.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, like again, like I think that obviously the stuff off the field, you know, for some folks has definitely like tainted that. But in terms of his actual just QB play, I still think he's one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the position. I mean, prime Aaron Rodgers, as a Packers fan who watched his entire career, I mean, he literally at times was like the best thing on our team, dragging teams into the playoffs. So
and he doesn't have the talent to do that anymore.
No,
he's like low end starter right now. He's still serviceable, but he's nowhere near what he was.
Oh, but that's his. But he thinks he's that in his head.
Above or below Dan Marino?
Ooh,
I think
above, probably above because of the ring.
Yep.
And I think the things that Aaron Rodgers did with the football weren't seen. I mean, to throw those Hail Marys and that deep ball that he had and his athleticism, those are things that are rare in the NFL. Like he was a more athletic somehow, like as I'm not trying to say he had an arm as good as John Elway, but like it was on par. Like his arm was a absolute freaking cannon. Yeah, and if you were to go through I mean, don't get me wrong, Dan Marino, if you were to watch their best highlights, like you would be in love with both of them. Like they played the game of football amazingly, but I'm just gonna put Aaron Rodgers slightly ahead of Marino because one, he won a Super Bowl. Number two, he won 4 MVPs, and he did more with. I mean, if Marino didn't have any help, Rodgers didn't have a lot of help for many years
on offense, just not defense.
Yeah,
I mean, there was the ones where we had Ty Montgomery would convert him from a wide receiver to a running back, and we were like, all right, buddy, get on out there. That's our run game.
This question is for Tom only. Tom only.
Go.
Who is the better QB? Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre?
It's not even a question. It's Aaron Rodgers, and the only reason is just like no bias whatsoever is the interceptions. Rodgers, he posted the best season like QB rate ever. Like there was the year, I think it was, oh my God, I forget what it was. He threw like 4 interceptions, had like 45. I just did a video about this. Yeah, no, it's Rodgers, just because like Favre was a gunslinger. They played football different. But Rodgers, one, could put up 45 touchdowns, but two, it's just the lack of interceptions was truly insane to the point where
he had 2 picks in 2018.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, I think it also, if you were going to look at Rodgers' intelligence as, you know, his pre-snap reads, everything that he did, and then executing, like Favre was out there winging it a lot of times and just throwing the ball blind into coverage. And that's emotionally as a fan, when you just sense that an interception is coming, that is not a fun thing to do at all. And Rodgers, I mean, as an opponent, like you just
how you feel with Daniel Jones as your quarterback?
He is going to throw a pick. I feel that he is going to throw a pick on every drop back. It is hard to watch Daniel Jones play football. It is
I will say this though, watching this Giants game, when Daniel Jones has time, he's accurate if you give him time. I will say that.
Until it really matters. Until it's 4th and 5 and you need that absolute, like
like again, this is almost every category. Like and Favre played more games, right? Like this is every category.
How old was Brett Favre when he stopped playing?
Probably 41.
It was like 90.
Oh my gosh. He played that much more games than Aaron Rodgers? I feel like Aaron Rodgers has been around forever.
Remember, he had a consecutive game streak of what?
Over 91. He played through the 2010 season.
Yep.
How many seasons was that?
They played 20 years.
It was like 18. Well, because the first year he only played like a couple snaps, and then he started from 92 to 10, like every year. And that
gosh. He's like
if Favre had played that last year, like when he was in Minnesota, when he actually had to agree with whatever the coaches were telling him and not throw into dumbass double coverages, like he could have had a Aaron Rodgers like career, because that year I think he'd have he had like 30 some odd touchdowns and only 7 picks.
Yep.
That year in Minnesota.
That really bad pick.
Then he threw an awful one in the NFC Championship.
I didn't realize he was that prolific. This man was on LeBron James time.
Favre was insane, dude. No, like Favre was like, he was the guy who got me into football. I mean, like just the style of play was absolutely incredible. And it was literally, you lived and died by Brett Favre, where like he go out there and win you the game, or he's going to go out there and lose you the game. He's still, I'm pretty sure, right? He's the only one that won back-to-back MVPs. He won 3 in a row. Like it was wild.
Crazy. I got to see him play in real life, and his deep ball was just sick.
We were at the same game, 5.
Yeah, we were. He could chuck it like in it, nobody else. I was like, holy crap, we were getting our asses kicked by this dude. Yeah. All right, we ready to do the countdown and get ready for Halloween?
Let's do it.
I gotta give out that candy for them trick or treat.
Yep, I'm definitely gonna lose. One is.
I hope you lose. I don't want to.
Oh boy. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 4. I don't want to look at the donos. Don't want to see the score. Nay, from Manty's gonna get the dangerous. Gonna eat that sandwich. Look at it with lust unlimited.
Ah, crap. Ugh.
I'll start. I'm at 141.97.
I need Jeebus for this.
I'm at 107. Thank you to all.
Well, it's either you or me, Tom. Oh boy.
Oh no, I lost, buddy.
yeah.
I'm at 1K.
Yeah, I lost, buddy.
Ooh.
I'm at 1,700. I lost. Buddy.
Wow.
That's
We
not, I
need
don't
a
think that's
good
the highest that
punishment.
we've ever gotten for clickbait, but
No,
It's
I think
close.
the
I mean-
highest is like 2.5.
it was like 2 something.
Stop
Yeah, I
for
mean,
it.
as I said, we've had some battles
man.
before. I mean, this was kind of a battle, but thank you for
All right.
not punishing me.
So here are the options that have been proposed. Okay.
All
There's
right.
Lions cast. The only reason I would maybe ixnay that is one, I'd have to get it ready for tomorrow. But two, I feel like I did that for the Vikings one, and this amount,
Yeah.
I feel like I need to get punished more personally. That's it.
Mm.
So there's Lions cast, right? So I could do it tomorrow for GPS. That's fine. I really don't want to do this, and this would be a legitimate punishment. I could stream the Germany game on Sunday, which I don't want to. We could do the Vikings tattoo. I don't know if I can get it in time for their Sunday night game, but I would do it for the next Vikings game I stream. I just put it on my forehead. So those were the 3 things that I saw. So
I like the forehead tattoo.
and the Will Levis memes thing. I could do that too.
I like the forehead tattoo. Where are you guys at?
Ooh. Should you drink the Fountain of Youth?
I don't even know
Ooh,
what that is.
cayenne. It's
Cayenne pepper and water.
You should drink it on air.
I'm a VTuber.
Wait, hold on. Wait. The Fountain of Youth. Oh, it's literally just cayenne pepper and water?
Yes.
Yes. It's basically capsaicin to the dome.
I'll do that for tonight.
Oh,
I'll do it
no,
tonight
that's
during Aaron
like-
Rodgers stream.
For this punishment though, it needs to be grand.
There's a lot of
I think
Germany
should-
games. That would legit be a punishment. Like, I do not want to do that game.
Lions cast. I mean, it would be.
You
a
guys
punishment.
aren't down for the forehead tattoo?
I don't think they like it, skits.
They want to see the entertainment, man. If they want to see Germany,
I think
Hold on.
having to because
you'll have
not
to do it
only
in German.
that's right.
Is it on ESPN Plus?
I think NFL Network, wouldn't it?
Oh, okay. All right.
What
All
if you have
Hold
to
on.
do
I think-
the Germany game with a hand-drawn tattoo of
No.
the Vikings?
I've got it.
Just like
I've got it.
VIKINGS on the forehead.
You do the Germany game dressed in lederhosen.
Oh, I could do that.
What is
I
lederhosen?
have to find that costume. All right, I'll go find that costume.
What is lederhosen?
The
It's
Lederhosen.
that thing,
The,
you know, like
the traditional
green-
German guard
yes.
for Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
all right, I will stream that guard.
Because that's an actual punishment to do that. Because you're going to be
it's,
streaming since from 9:30 in the morning till.
How do you not
10 o'clock
lose
at
your
night.
voice?
Dude,
when
I
you stream?
streamed 3 games. I did 4 games the week before. It's just I was a teacher. I talk all day. So
Oh.
there are kids trick or treating.
All
My dogs are
training.
barking at them. So
All right, let's
Yep.
yes. Can we
I'm
go
streaming
now?
tonight.
All right, love y'all. We'll see
Yep.
you soon.
Giant Steelers,
Appreciate
greatest
y'all.
game
Y'all are
coming up
crazy.
tomorrow.
Yep.
Let's go. Love
you go.
y'all. I gotta worry
See
about
y'all.
my kitties too.
Jeez.
I got the
Who's
candy
supposed to
ready.
end it? Whose idea is this? All right.